Hello everyone, and today I'll be playing Us Lovely Corpses, and it's a romance visual novel about helping a friend. Let's skip it. Monster knows you're here. It will do its best to make you leave. As such, the game will occasionally do startling and unexpected things. Somebody's gonna close on me. Are you prepared? Yep. As far as anyone could tell, Flora's family had not committed any mortal sin. No fairy complained of improper etiquette. No witch reported anything missing from the garden. No one had been insulted, injured, or otherwise aggrieved. But that didn't stop a monster from showing up for their daughter one day. I don't like the implications of it. It was quiet, painless, and swift. The monster left nothing but a mark on the girl and a promise to hang over her head. I will return for you one day, little miss. It was a baby? It is so weird. I will not take your life, nor will I harm your body. But I will never leave you. Dang, I just got here in time. It's really starting to come down hard. As I do my best to outrun the splatter of raindrops on the pavement, the familiar shock of pink walls emerges from behind the treetops. Feels a bit like being greeted by a friend. Flora's house is an old money house. I mean, it's clearly a money house at least. Anyone can puzzle out that a place this size has to come with a serious price tag. Really classy too, with the porch and pillars and everything. Victorian, I think. Gothic, revival. Look, I'm a witch, not a real estate agent. My point is that it's a really nice house. Even with all the creepy death vines and the monster in the attic. Let's clock in. Knock, knock, knock. Flora's family has always kept at least two housekeepers employed, but they got a bad record via keeping them around for long. As such, it's not a surprise to see an unfamiliar face open the door. Oh, thank God. You're the DeRosa girl, right? The assistant? Tell me about you. Where's the witch? Well, you're looking at her. The witch that I work with, she's my grandmother, and she's preoccupied with other business today. So this is my first solo job. Betty doesn't look too happy. The housekeeper eye casually twitches. You're the witch? How old are you? 18? 19? Is that a problem? No, not at all. Completely fine. Why on earth would I be worried? It's because I woke up in a real-life horror movie this morning. It's because half the house has been taken over by these horrible things. It's because I've been working in this house for a week, and out of nowhere a literal monster appeared and abducted my employer's daughter. God knows what's happened to her, and God knows what'll happen to me. But no, it's fine. Why not send a child to help us? A child on her first solo job. Sure, why not? Wouldn't want to break the streak we have going on today. After all, I just love suddenly being shunted to a nightmare world where logic is gone and murderous minds have replaced it. I love hearing my superior respond to a rose whisper to me about dead animals with, "Oh, that's normal." I love terror. I love being in hell. I can't wait for Satan to jump up my ass and tap dance. I swear to whatever god might still be up there, if one more thing happens under this roof, I'm going to... Betty. Andrea puts a hand on the woman's shoulder, and within an instant, she's quiet and pale. Take a deep breath. A monster. A literal monster. I thought everyone was being sarcastic. I know, hun. Why don't you go sit down for a little while? This was just supposed to be extra money for the boat. Sorry, Betty. Betty staggers like a fawn over to a nearby chair. After a moment, she drops into it more helplessly. I hear a faint noise like the boat drifts down the hall. Hey, sorry about, all that. Hey, don't sweat it. I love being casually insulted to my face. I love when people don't take me seriously because of my age. It's super great. Be nice, she's a newbie. So all the talk about the forest monster was just a joke, huh? It's not the first. Andrea is the one housekeeper who stuck around the Flores family the longest. So all of this is old hat to her. Probably more annoyed by Betty's theatrics than the monster kidnapping her ward. But she's also too stopped-hearted to tell the other woman to get a grip. I guess in a way we're coworkers, but more than anything, we're friends. So, how have you been? Oh, same as usual. Exhausted. Aren't we all? So, we're looking at a typical case? Vines had taken over the attic and second floor completely. The most affected areas were all the usual ones: office, bathroom, reading room, her bedroom too. The Mr. and Mrs. gone since Monday. They're on their trip to South Padre. We haven't actually told them yet. And Marisol, you know who? They're in the usual place? Yeah, righto. Well, if that's everything, I think I'll get to work. No point in putting it off any longer. You're sure you'll be okay on your own? Andrea, remember what I said literally 2 minutes ago about people not taking me seriously? Alex, is not about your age. It'll be your first time doing this alone, and you know how those roses can get. You know how, the monster can get. It's a little nerve-wracking. But Marisol's my friend, and we're going to help if it's not me. I mean, there are other witches in the area. No, I want to do this. For every princess captured by a ferocious beast, there's gotta be a dashing knight, you know? Dashing knight, what happened to being a witch? Woman of many talents. Oh, scream? Who was it? It's under the door. Betty. Oh. We follow her pointer finger to the far end of the hall as the door that leads to the staircase. This hallway is the unofficial safe zone of the house. The roses never come in here. At least me and Leela have always arrived before they started invading, but now it slinks and twitches its way across the floor. The petals begin to fan out. Use something. Stay back. With a quick flip of latches, I open my briefcase. Leela's trimmers fit comfortably in the palm of my hand. Alright, let's. And abruptly, it's face to face with me. Ooh, it has a mouth? And the rose, as roses tend to do, opens its mouth. Another day, another corpse waiting to happen. You come here so many times swaggering in the face of death. I wouldn't applaud your bravado or your brainlessness. For your information, and now you walk in here alone, a girl turned a young lady before all our eyes. Surely you know it'd only get harder from here on out. This is your warning. You should leave this place and never look back. No. I mean, I'm not leaving until I help Maricel, and not until I get rid of you. What, that's it? You don't want to do any more of this? I thought you loved your formula. Why do you suddenly want to skip all the foreplay? Alex? I paused. Why is she talking to the rose? Did it eat her? No, it's letting her talk. It does this all the time. Maricel, listen, just hang in tight. I'll be heading up there pretty soon. Alejandra, listen to me. Do not come up here. Tell Andrea that she and the other one are fired. I want you all to get out of this house right now and never come back. Mary, I don't know why you're making you say this, but it's not making me say anything, Alex. I'm telling you of my own free will to go. Maricel, you know I have to. No, you don't. I'm telling you, I'm giving you permission to leave. Do you really think I'm just gonna let you die? The hall is silent. Maricel, you know what'll happen if it stays too long. Leaving you like that is just as good as killing you. Petals of the rose gently retract and expand. It almost looks like a beating heart. Fine by me. Snick. It takes barely a flick of my wrist to drop the tendril on the floor. The rose's teeth are still now, hidden under its petal. I lift it gently up and place it in my briefcase. The rest of the vine is already dissolving into ash. The door opens without resistance. In the living room and the kitchen, I can see a couple of wayward vines have started to creep in, but none with roses. They'll dissolve on their own once the monster leaves. I have bigger problems to worry about upstairs. Holler if you need anything. For God's sake, be careful. The stairs creak familiarly under my feet. You should have listened to her. The voice is familiar too. It never stops being unnerving, hearing it come out multiple throats. What is it about you and the word no, little witch? You realize you don't have your grandmother's shadow to hide in anymore, don't you? That was probably the only kindness that girl has ever given to you, and you threw it away. You think that's the only time Marisol's been nice to me? Or guy has been bugging a girl her entire life, you don't know a damn thing about her. Its voice goes silent a moment. You probably think that sassing it would just be asking for trouble, but believe it or not, it helps. There won't be anything standing between us when you come to the attic. My thorns will open your pretty skin and leave you nothing but a heap of twitching flesh. You'll feel the agony of 1,000 deaths before you even die. Ooh, hey, hold still. I clip roses as I ascend the stairs, catching each one and depositing them into my briefcase. The last one makes me pause at the top of the staircase. What's this you got in your teeth? It's a page of a notebook paper, wrinkled and crisp from age and numerous folding. It's familiar. Oh no, a puzzle! Oh geez, where'd you find this? My nervous handwriting, a ghost of a hand scribbling in a frantic attempt to keep up with my grandmother's instructions, my frankly embarrassing attempt at spelling lavender. When I was 13, I thought confronting Marisol's monster would be my greatest accomplishment as a witch. I wasn't actually sure he'd make it back alive despite Layla's constant resurgences. I wonder what my younger self would think of me now, having climbed those stairs more times than I can count. My greatest accomplishment, now a regular house visit. You don't have my woman with you anymore. It wouldn't be sporting if I didn't allow you extra help. Awesome, thanks. I snipped the robes with a little more force than necessary. So the attic, huh? The attic has a pull-down staircase. It's currently covered with vines, but those are actually the least of my worries right now. The hatch has locks, 3 to be precise, and they all look pretty secure. Hey Bucko, where are the keys? He doesn't reply. In 6 years of doing this, he has never once given us the keys when we ask. Somehow it's just become routine, and routine has historically been pretty comforting. But the routine typically follows with the monster explaining where the keys are. The grandiose villain speech as if we hadn't heard it 1,000 times. Today is silent, not even an evil chuckle. You're different today. For a monster, you're seriously losing your bite. There's nothing. Dad always says that if there's one thing monsters love, it's their formula. That's why you always come back and hide in the attic with Marcel, and why you always go through the same lines. Dastardly fiend, let that poor girl go. Ah, as if I would. You witches are so pathetic. I'll toy with you some more. Let's play a little game. We can find 3 keys hidden somewhere on this floor. Something, time limit, cue, clues, whatever. And now all of a sudden you're too bored to go with it? Honestly, what's the point of going to save a beautiful princess if we don't get to be a little dramatic about it? You can't save her. Fine, whatever. I need to clean up the roses in the other rooms anyway. I'll play your doofy little game, like always, do some gardening like always, and I'll be back with the keys before you can say, Citizen Kane. Which? His voice comes from behind the attic door. I'll warn you one more time. This is your final chance to turn back. I shrug and start heading towards the reading room. Follow the vines and scent of roses. It's a nice smell, but it has a tendency to become cloying the more time passes. I used to get headaches sometimes, but weirdly enough, I seem to be able to endure it better than her. My first stop is the reading room. Andrea has said it was one of the most affected places, and sure enough, I see quite a bit of roses. Let's see, roses first, and then we'll get to looking for those keys. It'd be nice to have a reading room, I think. I always kind of envy Marcel for it, even though I usually only ever see it when it's being choked with vines. Gently run my finger down one as I look around the room, warm to the touch. Alright, who's up first? It's a tall bookcase packed to the brim with books of all kinds. On the topmost shelf sprouts a little singular red rose. Listen, let's listen first, son. Ooh. A pigeon crushed paper thin on the road, wings somehow spared, still spread, straining slack dead tendons. They reach for the sun, a pop-up book from hell. Looking at roadkill is like getting a fish hook pushed into my heart. Sad in a way I can't put into words. Snip, 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 I cut it loose. On the shelf right below it, the books are slightly askew as if one of the numbers is missing. From a gap sprouts a singular lavender rose. The witch has come to battle me many times before, but this was the first time she brought a partner. The girl with a fluffy head and a permanent smile, no older than my ward. She was frightened to see my face. I could tell that much from her tiny fingers clutching her notebook tight. It even has her grin when tight with false vibrato. I could see the pride in her gaze, watching her grandmother get to work. And as I retreated, I threw one last glance over my shoulder. My name is Alex. I'm here to save you. I memorized her face and name, knowing that she would one day become my enemy too. I outlined her features in my mind with animosity. And yet somehow, it also felt like fondness. Snip, 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 I cut it loose. There's a comfortable armchair begging someone to curl up in it. From the seat sprouts a single red yellow rose. She loved reading. She still loves reading. The beautiful words, the beautiful words. It will make her forget, for just a little while, the curse that hung over her head like a sword. You read so much, said the little witch. Why don't you tell me about the stuff you read? She shook her head, her clumsy tongue faulting, failing, tripping over syllables and second thoughts. It could be a mockery to the lovingly crafted books. Well then, how am I supposed to know why you like them so much? Because they made me forget how much I can't do. They made me forget the person I am in this world. That's so silly, the little witch doubled over in laughter. You can do anything as long as you work hard and believe in yourself. Hard for me too, but I just had to give it a try. I'm sure you can go to school and be happy and be normal if you just tried a little harder. Because it's that easy. Because she had never ever once thought of that before. Because it's so easy for you, I could do it too, even though you're so much better than me and everyone except you can see it. In that moment, she wished she had never met the little witch. Was Maricel like, maybe the monster's a metaphor for something. Maybe she's just tied to the attic for whatever reason. We cut that one loose? There's a stack of books on the floor by the armchair's feet. They seem to be from a series about animals aimed towards younger readers. From the topmost one sprouts a single blue rose. Let's listen. Once read a book about birds. There was a chapter all about cuckoos. Cuckoos, the book said, are the gangsters of the animal kingdom. They look for magpies, who have briefly just laid eggs, take an egg out of the nest and replace it with one of their own. The magpies are forced to take care of the cuckoo chick, who eats far more than the rest of the chicks combined, so much so that the other chicks simply starve to death. When I learned about that, I was thinking, dang, cuckoo birds are like actually kind of evil. The book depicted the cuckoo chick as a grotesque monster, half of his body taken up by an eternally gaping mouth, beaming at the boar magpies. I hated that picture. I used to think cuckoo chicks were the most evil and despicable creatures on the earth. But how was it the chick's fault? They never asked to be laid in a nest too small for it. They never asked to have a voice that cried louder and louder than its brethren. It was dropped into a world that was never expected to exist, but instead of trying to make the nest bigger, or giving its parents enough food for all the chicks, everyone just blamed it for having a body that couldn't fit into a nest they never asked for. God, how can you have made me a magpie? I snip and snip and snip, and slowly the vines begin to dissolve. Some begin to creep away, retreating towards the attic door, and eventually the room is free of roses. Oof, okay, I guess that was everything. But I wonder, were any of those keys in here? As I scanned the room with my eyes, I noticed a couple of books left lying on the side table, a dictionary and a birdwatcher's field guide. A book of words and a book of birds. I feel like the universe is telling me something important. Should I look at one of these books? One of them? Dictionary? Or I feel like the bird guide. Is there any bird I should look up? The cuckoo? Cuckoo. Am I spelling this right? Birds. I feel like I'm forgetting something important about birds. Oh yeah, I saw a picture of a crow with a tiny top hat last night. I have to remember to save it to my animals wearing people's clothes by when I get home. Anyway, where's the key? The dictionary then? I leaf through the pages and my vocabulary feels so expanded, but seriously, I should focus on finding that key. Okay, I'm supposed to enter a specific, maybe the magpies? Magpie? I think I'm spelling this wrong, that's why. Hold on, I got it. Put a lump of metal before I see it. Familiar bronze key is taped to the page right on the top of the entry from Magpie. Okay, we got one key. Feels like the very air of the house shudders. Out of the corner of my eye, I think I see some vines undulating, but nothing happens. Getting a better look at a cluster of vines by the wall, I notice that a lot of them are feeding into a door right off the reading room. Mr. Flores' office. That was another room Andrea mentioned, right? I don't really remember what Mr. Flores does. He's a specific doctor of some sort. Has a title with a long, complicated name. There's no syringes or anything in his office though. It's mostly papers and files. Must be a complicated job. There's some paintings on the wall, but they're mostly covered in vines right now. In that smaller space, the smell of roses is growing and overpowering. I gotta get going. There are 3 paintings on the wall. From the white space between 2 of them sprouts a pink rose. Listen. I returned to her on a gray December afternoon when the air was cold and biting. I enjoyed the winter, the days of cloud-quilted skies and no sun. Time was passing and her skin grew colder and colder. Would today be the day? But then all of a sudden, the room was warm. Told you we'd be back. Didn't know what to say after I was banished, but the little witch took her hand. She led her downstairs when her grandmother fixed them a drink, thick and creamy, flavored with cinnamon, sriracha. And it warmed her stomach. The little witch asked her about the things she liked. Listened to her like she was the most fascinating person in the world. Told her about school and the monsters and learning to be a witch. And it warmed her chest. Somewhere in another room, her parents and the little witch's grandmother were talking in low, solemn voices. At that moment, the world was just her kitchen. The kitchen and the little witch and their warm drinks and the pale white sky outside. There's a desk covered in scattered papers. A small book sits on the desk. From the cover sprouts a single red rose. Listen first. The kitten's ribcage opened like a present on Bull Street. The head was perfectly intact and perfectly cute. Some Claude Prius had turned everything from the neck down into a nightmare. Is it arrogant to think people look at me the same way? An adorable tragedy? Every time mom brings me somewhere, her friends smile at me like someone in the family just died. It's the most infuriating thing. I feel better if people were actually honest about how disgusting it was to look at me. Oh. So she must stay hidden. On the desk is the computer. From the keyboard sprouts a single blue rose. Do you know what I see when I look at you? I see a recluse. I'm sorry. The only time you leave your room is when you go to school. You certainly aren't making any friends there. I'm sorry. I know your condition is hard to deal with, but God, if you could just try. I am trying. Why don't you say anything? Do you hate me that much? I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. People are talking. They probably think we mistreat you. Why can't you ever think about how this affects us? I'm sorry. Maricel, God, don't cry. I'm only telling you this because we want to help you. We don't know how you're feeling. We only know what you see. And in my eyes, you're the loneliest person I've ever known. And in my eye, that's the best thing I could be. Snip, 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 I cut it loose. There's a tall file cabinet. From the handle of the top drawer sprouts a single red-yellow rose. I used to like it when you told me about your studies. It was all so interesting. You wish blushed, saying your magic wasn't as cool as the stuff I read about in books, but of course it was. Magic was magic. And your magic would only get more powerful when you got older. You were already so amazing by the time you become an actual witch. And I understood. You have so much talent. You're so amazing. You're going to become a wonderful witch. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be alive in the next few years. Maybe the monster will catch me off guard in a year and kill me. Maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. You have a future. I have a curse. If I was braver, I could have just told you I didn't want to hear about that stuff anymore. But I didn't. Bitterness was so much easier. I'm sorry, Alex. A supportive friend is all I can be, but I'm not even good at that. Snip, snip, snip. The vines curl into ash, the roses retreat. 2 rooms down. Good job, me. Now let's see if there's any keys in here. There's a number of places it could be in here, but for some reason I feel like looking at the paintings. I always remember there's a suspicious book being on Mr. Flores' desk. Which should I look at now? Book? Look at the paintings. Mr. Flores has 3 paintings in his office. There's a painting of a woman lying in the river, a painting of a wheat field, and a portrait he commissioned on Marcel. Which one should I look at? The portrait? I'll look at the portrait. The portrait commissioned for Marcel's 18th birthday. Oh, they're over 18. I thought they were teens. Kind of a weird style compared to the other paintings, but at least the artist captured Marcel's hair. Her eyes stared directly out at the viewer. I always did think her gaze was intense. There's something off about this painting. I don't know. It looks all normal to hear. Her eyes are intense. Her shirt? Her eyes are just staring right directly at you. Slightly oversized white button-down dress shirt. I can't really see it, but I assume it's what she's wearing. That's always almost what she's wearing if she doesn't have to go out. I assume for a portrait they actually got her to wear pants with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally a fan of her not wearing pants. I don't mind, like it's her house, she can go without pants if she wants to. I don't remember where I was going with this. It's a button down. She looks great in it, as always. Her hair? Yeah, I really like how it looks in this painting. It's so long and flowy, and the artist really got it across how it looks different in different lights. Peach and blonde, almost like kind of pink. Strands of red if you look real close. Or she leans over and some of that hair falls off on her shoulder. And like she's always leaning over me because she's so tall. Anyway, it looks fine in this picture. It's gorgeous, it looks fine. Okay, her eyes? It's an eye, and yep, just an ordinary old eye. Wait, her eye stares straight at the viewer or at the wall opposite the painting? Hey, there's something on the wall opposite the painting. Oh. Hey, we found the key. Oh man, I can't believe I overlooked that. Would have been so embarrassing if I missed that one. It really wouldn't. It would have. The bathroom is pitch black when I arrive. Vines leading into it, but I don't smell roses. I smell something like meat. I turn on the light. Bathroom. Oh! Who's dead? Oof. Well, again, I must say I'm not a fan of anything that's happening in this room. But cleaning the bathroom is always the worst chore, am I right? Tough crowd. Wait, do roses not have a sense of humor? Oh, we have a great senses of humor. You just aren't very funny. Okay, great, awesome. Let's just get to it. Is that someone in the tub? Maybe I'm imagining things. When the head of the corpse sprouts a single rose, just ignoring the corpse? Listen. I like going on walks with my parents. Those were some of the better times. In the summer where we could just see the yellow flicker of fireflies in the evenings. In the autumn when the sky was pale and the air was cool. Those walks made me feel like I was a normal person. I don't want you wearing those shorts. What? They're so long. Of course I knew that. I liked them because they were long. As far back as I can remember, I hated my big, thick thighs. It was such a relief when I saw that the gym shorts they gave us at school felt almost to my knees. You really shouldn't be wearing shorts like those. What does it matter if they're long? You're a young lady. Mom, what are you talking about? They make you look like a woman who likes other women. Oh, okay. I walked back to my room and dug out the tiniest, most awkward pair of shorts I owned. I haven't worn them since last year. Every second of every minute that I walk, I feel like my legs being squeezed like meat. Hey, but at least I don't like a good woman that likes other women. I'll only go on walks by myself now. I cut it loose. The holy seat is covered by a patchwork of vines. From the middle of the brambles sprouts a single yellow rose. You with your soft, fluffy hair. You with your cute little cartoon character eyes. You with your long, slender legs and your curvy chest and your perfect, sleek little waist. You turned to me and said, "Do I like fatness? Alex, I love you, but sometimes I swear I could just smack you." That does it. I throw my shoes down on the floor. If it's so damn awful being my friend, then I'll save you the freaking trouble. Betty Andrea's questions blur into meaningless noise as I storm past them. I make sure to slam the door behind me as hard as I can. I start the long walk home as raindrops begin to pepper my head. I try to ignore the tears. I don't look back once. Go to look at the book. Oh, the key was in the book last time. Maybe that's the theme for today? Take a look at clicks to the book and it says, "What to do when your child breaks your heart." Looks like it's dog-eared. Let's look somewhere else. Okay, let's go back to the paintings. Let's examine all the paintings. Girl on the river. Oh, it's this one. It's an older painting. Girl surrounded by flowers and their palms float to the surface in little cups. It seems dreamlike and peaceful, but it makes me feel uneasy for some reason. Is there something off about this painting? Well, yeah, that girl was, from what I think about, um, you know, she went out herself. Her face, her hands, well, her face. Too familiar. I don't like it. Her hands? There's something really off-putting about her hands. They seem lifeless. Well, she is dead though. There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. And there's pansies. That's for thoughts. M for murder? And waiting for a Godot? Billy Crystal. Note to self, joking plus nervous just equals bad jokes. Man, who would have thought being a critic was such hard work? And let me look at the other painting. A field. Is it Van Gogh? The vast yellow field under a dark blue sky. A murder of crows flies overhead. The texture of the painting is interesting. It feels like the painting, like it's moving before my eyes, but somehow seems ominous. There's something off about this painting. The wheat? Is it wheat? I thought it might be corn. It looks really tall. If you lay down in it, nobody will be able to see you. And then if one of those big thrushes came. Anyways, sky? Sky looks like it's getting dark real fast. Looks like a bad omen. Or rain. Could be rain. Crows. 40, 41, 42. I'm not the biggest fan of counting crows, but they produce some pretty good numbers. God, there isn't even anyone here and I feel like I should apologize for that one. I'm not getting a joke, really. On second thought, I think I like to look at something that isn't deeply upsetting on a weird primal level. Hey, moving on. So, obviously, listening to the roses doesn't do us any good, so let's just prune them all. Prune this one. The one on the toilet really did it. Should I read this one? Let me save. I feel like this will be important. Top of the toilet's tank is a razor. From the razor sprouts a single black rose. Just listen. At 15 years old, I realized I hate shaving. My razor uses too many blades. Okay, it's not that bad. 3 blades for smooth skin and a close cut. You throw in an extra blade free. Close cut, 2 blades too close. It'd be so easy, Howard. You say you want it, you'll have all you need. Howard, a pair of slashed wrists for the price of one, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Special packaging for easier storage. Not even a coward, an attention whore. Pig, how dare you go looking out like that? How dare you force them to look at you? Your legs, your arms, your stomach. Howard, just looking at you makes me sick. Howard, looking at you makes me sick. Howard, just looking at you makes me... You make me sick. You make me sick. You make me... I read it in the book. They check the wrist, they won't check the inner thighs. Only half a coward now for half the price. Haha. I cut the rose. Okay. The mirror is cracked. From the center of the crack sprouts a single dark pink rose. It's listen? One day before I left, I waited at the window. I saw the little witch pat her trembling shoulder. It's okay now. The little witch smoothed the hair out of her face, and for a moment she left her fingers between the yellow locks. Really pretty. She lifted her head. Huh? Your hair is so pretty, it's like gold. It's like you've got supermodel hair, you know? I stared at the little witch. She who has spent so much time looking into mirrors, with ghostly patchwork scars between her legs. She stared at the little witch. Hey, why are you crying? Even though I took care of all the roses, the vines are still strewn around the room. God, fine, okay. I know where the freaking key is. Oh, and the corpse. Hey. Not a corpse, it's hamburger meat, obviously, but why? A wig, a shirt, a bit of creativity imposing. The monster's done this a million times, and it stopped scaring me years ago. But a good thing I brought gloves. Haha, sure do love being a witch gang. I know you're all in my briefcase now, but I suddenly feel like talking really loudly, totally unrelated to any meat sounds that might just now be happening. My hand closed around something, but it doesn't feel like a key at all. This is... Oh. Not a begun, you actually managed to do something unexpected all these years. What does it say? Bipolar. The vines crack as they retreat from the bathroom, and somehow it sounds more like laughter than anything. If he isn't in here, then there's only one more room I could be in. God, I hope no one's expecting me to clean this up. Her room was a bit smaller than what you might expect, and surprisingly plain at first glance. A desk, a bed, a closet, two small bookshelves. The windows are cracked open, letting in the faint melody of raindrops and the scent of warm earth. It mingles nicely with the smell of roses. Marisol's bookshelf is packed tight with books. From the highest shelf sprouts a singular black rose. Listen at my own. The baby won't stop crying. The baby won't stop crying. The baby won't stop crying. Your sister only visits a few times a year and you honestly can't spend a little more time out of your room? I'm sorry, I wanted to get away from the noise a little. Why don't would it stop crying? When would it shut up? For God's sake, Marisol, the baby, you don't think you weren't the same way? That's literally not the point at all. How can you not see the point? Fine, I guess I can't do anything if you want to be selfish. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Do you think bad people have a responsibility to protect other people from themselves? Honestly, I think so. I can't fix myself. No one can. Not even Donna De Rosa. Not even Alex. Not even magic can help me. If I stay away from people as much as I can, I won't be able to hurt them. Probably better this way. Alex, I'm sorry. The monster laughed above my head. I cut the rose. Her closet door is slightly ajar. From the door now sprouts a single white rose. Listen. The white rose parts its lips, and in the silkiest, most honey-sweet voice I've ever heard, it sings, Sometimes I just hate you. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is dropping her shears. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is staggering in place, as if her legs could not bear the weight of the words she just heard. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is barreling out the room. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is running down the stairs. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is barging out the door. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is running, the cold chill of the rain like needles on her skin. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is running. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is running. The woman named Alejandra de Rosa is... Oh! Still running. Listening to that rose is wrong. Let's prune it. White roses are emblems of purity. That's why they're so dangerous. Lena told me once that humans have no completely pure emotions. We're strange and jumbled creatures whose feelings are always shifting, being mixed and muddled with other feelings. That's why we sometimes say terrible things in a moment of anger. In that instance, your heart is tricked into thinking that anger is all that it's ever been. But even if you hurt someone with your words, you always have the chance to apologize. You can explain yourself and do your best to fix the damage. But a white rose takes your words and makes them pure. Pulls out all your tangled feelings and reasons and warps your statement into a truly pure, untainted emotion. Makes your words turn to blades that strike straight to the heart. Turns them into words that can never, ever be taken back. Statement of pure despair. Statement of true anger. Statement of true hatred. Many people have taken their lives after listening to the words of a white rose. I take the flower and gently place it in my briefcase. Oh, not dangerous, huh? There is a dip in the mattress big enough for a body, still warm. In the center is a pink rose. Let's hope the pink rose is okay. Listened? Being all quiet, is something wrong? Marcel? What? Do I have something in my face? Besides my hair, I mean. Why did you come today? Well, you say you wanted to go to the movies today, right? But that was before yesterday when you... What, because of the monster? Marcel, it's gonna take more than that too. Alex, I yelled at you. I called your grandmother a... Mary. You kept your mouth in a flat plastic smile, but your gaze was firm. Marcel, listen, it's okay. You were stressed yesterday, and you said some things you didn't mean. It happens to the best of us. Not to you. For that, I was already forgiven you. Look, honestly, I think she thought it was kind of funny, so it's all okay, okay? You don't have to beat yourself over it. I think it's getting worse. The monster? No, It's making me worse, like angrier and meaner. I don't know. I'm getting scared of myself. Alex, oh my gosh, Marisol, are you really going to ask if I'm scared of you? Marisol, Marisol, I'm literally a witch. Witch in training. Whatever. My point is, if anything, you should be scared of me. You know, there's rumors about me and my grandma around town, right? They think we sacrifice cats to the devil and use bone magic. What the hell's bone magic? I wish any of my magic was half as metal as that sounded. I laughed. So you're saying I should listen to rumors? Absolutely. I'm super creepy and weird, according to them. I managed to laugh again. You're the furthest thing from creepy. You're so cool and brave. Oh my gosh, like, you aren't brave with all that you go through. That's not bravery. Not a moment of that is bravery. Nope, sorry, I'm declaring it a fact right now. No, come on. Attention world. Marcel Flores is officially super brave. There's approximately a good trait number a billion of many good traits. Oh my god, literally what good traits? Wait, no, oh my god, don't answer that. Marcel Flores is A. Super brave, B. Super smart, C. Great listener. Lord, D. Says really interesting things, E. Smells like flowers, F. Okay, oh my god, let's go to the freaking movies. Honestly, hang out with me like this. You must have a death wish. Yep, a very cute death wish. Snip, 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 I cut the rose. On her dresser sits a brightly covered box, tied with a cherry ribbon. From the ribbon sprouts a singular red rose. Let's listen to that. God, I don't deserve to call myself your friend. Hey, your hands are so warm around mine. Shut up. I really, really don't. It's just getting worse, and now Maricel, it's literally not a big deal. It's okay. Why do you keep... And I jerked my hand out of yours. Why are you telling me it's okay? You're the one who... And I finally fall to my knees, sobbing. You drop with me, and I hate it. I hate being held with those arms. I hate that I'm not noble enough to push you away. I hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself when you hold me anyways. Distantly, I'm aware of the vines making noises of retreat. They're retracting out of the room. The box has a label on it, just one word. Alejandra. It's a book. It has a long title that I've never seen before, but I love it already. And there's a card. You really shouldn't be reading this right now. Well, in any case, congratulations, Alex. I know you've been waiting to become a witch your entire life. For what it's worth, I've always considered you the best witch in the world. I'm sorry I couldn't give this to you the day it became official. Sorry I could do so many things worth apologizing for. Alex, thank you so much for being my friends all these years. I really can't thank you enough. I really appreciate your friendship. I really love you. Alex, if I hadn't told you already, I want you to leave. If you're reading this, you're probably getting ready to come to the attic. Please don't. Please just take this gift and walk out of this house. Don't worry about me, just focus on being a witch like you've always wanted. And 100, I've asked so much of you, but I promise this will be the last thing. Knowing you think you're obligated to come rescue me. It's very sweet. But you know you can't save me. Please, Alex. Go live your life. Forget about me. Leave or open the book. I'm gonna open the book. Hope it's not something tragic. Flip the front cover of the book open. Something small and silver is lying on the front page. Have you found all the keys? Start walking towards the attic. I sprint towards the attic. It takes moments to work the door open. And I go up the stairs. It's taking so long. Can we really be sure she's okay up there? She'll be fine, trust me. She's the only person in this house who knows what she's doing. But what about Maricel? How can we be so sure that thing hasn't hurt her? I can't believe this happens regularly. How has she been able to survive this long with a monster constantly trying to... Betty. What? What? Why are you making that face? You do know there's no monster, right? Thought so. Huh? The attic, as always, is surprisingly clean. Aside from the massive vines creeping across the walls, it could basically be called spotless. Her bed is by the window, as always, only her head moves to me. Please suck at following directions, Alex. And good to see you too. I was hoping this time you might not come. I don't really know why I expected today to be any different. Well, we got ourselves a nice little pattern going on, don't we? More like a rut. The same games, same goofy lines. You have been pretty surprised with the goofy lines today. Good for you. Something about saving a princess, something about you being a brave knight, etc., etc. But what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this? Nice girl. I don't think I've seen one today. So, how are you? Dying? Right. Let's get to it. So, the bathroom. I thought we were kind of past the fake body in the bathtub thing. Hey, don't ask me, the monster did that. Seemed nostalgic. So now you're the real deal and everything. Sort of, haha, remember this thing? Like and share if you're a 90s kid. 50 magic spells only 90s kids appreciate. 25 roses you prune if you're a 90s kid. Only 90s kids remember the sheer terror of seemingly finding their best friend's corpse. Hey, complain to the monster if you don't like it. Alex? It's a joke, I didn't mean... I think we both know that's bullshit, Murray. Yep. All you've been trying to do is push me away, and now you're going to act like that was all some big goof? Well, obviously you weren't going to listen to me. If you were just going to pretend that everything was okay, I don't see the point in trying to. Sorry, you think I'm pretending everything's a-okay? Well, yeah. I don't know if you noticed, Alex, but that's kind of your thing. Flip. Fine, let's talk. Why did you keep telling me to leave? You only ever used to do the while doing the whole monster act. You never used your real voice. Why are you suddenly... Marisol, I'm the last person in the world who have to explain your own condition to you. If I didn't come up to do this, you would have died. Is that what you wanted? I mean, have you been listening to me the past 6 years? Alex, you've been the closest friend I've ever had. You know basically everything about me. You know I'm not getting any better. But you're not getting any worse. Am I really? Every time I wake up, it feels harder to get out of bed. I feel less and less. I feel like I can't remember what kind of things I used to like. I feel like I can't remember the last time I was happy. Do you know what the worst part is? I don't have a single reason to feel this way. I have a good life and a nice family. Nothing terrible has ever happened to me. But out of nowhere, I can't even remember when it started. It just feels like one day my heart stopped beating. One day I woke up and I was a corpse. Alex, I'm so tired. And I don't even know why. It all just feels so empty. I'm so empty except for the vines and the rose. At night, sometimes when it's really, really quiet, I think I can hear it growing. Sometimes I just hear it making noises. I'm pretty sure it's laughing. Most of the time, I feel like I'm just pretending to be a human being. But maybe I really am a monster. A monster, a corpse, and a princess. You're building up quite the resume. Anyways, that takes care of everything. No more vines, no more roses. Are you sure? I think you missed a pretty big one. That joke stopped being funny years ago. He was joking. I'm not going to kill you, Marisol. Then maybe I'll kill you. Oh? Yeah. Tell you what. If you don't pluck the rose out of my eyes, I'll take these vines and crush your throat like a soda can. Come on, don't make it sound so appealing. What? Alex, don't talk like that. What, you were the one talking about strangling me. Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah, obviously, I thought you were doing a bit. No, we're not. Oh god, I'm not. Why do you always just go along with everything? You shouldn't be making jokes like this. You shouldn't be just okay with me making jokes like this. It's terrible. I'm terrible. You're not terrible, Marie. You're just having a bad day. I've been there. I know what it's like. You know what it's like? You know what it's like? I. God. Alejandra, what the hell do you know about having a bad day? You're perfect. Marisol, come on. You're so, so perfect and beautiful and witty and talented and you're a witch. You really just become a witch. You're amazing and you have no idea what it's like being this. Being a burden. Being this ugly, horrible thing. I'm barely even human. I'm a shitty little heap of failures in the shape of a person. I'm not feeling utterly miserable or feeling sorry for myself. I'm this horrible, rational bitch making life a living hell for everyone around me. I know what people say about me. I know what they think when they see me. I know what my parents hate having to deal with me. I don't even blame them. I hate living like this. I hate myself. And you? You just sit there and won't even let me end this. Do you think you know what it's like? Marie. No, shut up. I'm sick of this. Yeah, if you're not going to do it for me, if you won't do it for me, then at least just look the other way. Marcel, look at me. Just stop, okay? Stop acting like you have any idea what I'm going through. Going on. That's your. Oh. In retrospect, I always found it kind of funny that you never asked why I always covered up my other eye. I thought you were trying to be cool. Ah, it's real? It's real, 100% genuine ocular Roche? Christ alive. We both known each other for years and I never even, well, I try to keep it under wraps. But you can't be, you're so normal. Am I? Marie, you're probably too busy ragging on yourself to notice. And not exactly Miss Well-adjusted myself. But you are. You're normal and happy. You tell jokes. Yeah, as a deflection. I think it's normal to be like, haha, I'm so tired of everything. I want to ultra die. Why do you always think I crack jokes when things go south? The only way I know how to handle things. Uh, I guess when I say it like that, it makes sense that you always think I always pretend everything's okay. Especially when I was too much of a coward to show you my rose. Sorry. Ursula, you're right about one thing. I don't know what it's like being you. You got a lot going on. And I don't have mood swings like you, and my vines aren't nearly as bad as yours. But everything you're saying right now and the feelings like a burden, about feeling like you couldn't remember what it's like being happy, feeling like you woke up dead one day, like you looked into my head and pulled it all out. A girl like you shouldn't want to die. And a girl like you shouldn't feel like you're committing a crime just by existing. But here we are. Here's the thing, Maricel. Because we're up and down that you want to die, that you've been asking for me to kill you since the day we met. But that doesn't change the fact that you've always left away, left me a way to find you. Do you ever, do you ever feel like me, like there's no hope, or you have no reason to look forward to waking up? Yeah. Then how do you? I find reasons, no matter how silly or small. Could be looking forward to mastering a new spell, or drinking horchata, or Marcel, would you ever consider being a witch? What? But I'm not. I'm the only thing magical about me is what? You don't think that counts? Lots of notable witches have ocular roche. You didn't tell me about them. I think she probably never brought it up with you because it's tough for someone who's not in a family like us to become official. But I mean, your family isn't exactly anything to sneeze at either. What I'm trying to say is, trying to become a witch isn't exactly a shabby reason to stay alive. In case you haven't noticed, witches are rad. I could do worse things with my time, especially if it's kept you around this long. You know, the worst I ever was when I was about 13. Or wise. That's the first time I remember thinking about a shred of doubt. I want to die. You know what helped? My grandmother told me she knew about another person with my condition, a pretty girl my age, and she offered to introduce me to her. The day that I knew I wasn't the only person in the world with OR, ah, can't even describe it. Feel like you're utterly completely alone and then find someone like you. Someone like you who's pretty and smart and has this way of talking about things she just loves that just make your blood feel electric. Someone who tells you about something she saw and makes you feel like you were there. Someone who makes you look at the world in a new way. Marisol. Becoming a certified witch was my long-term goal, but it definitely wasn't the only thing that's kept me around this long. But let's take this one step at a time. I think becoming a witch would be really good for you, and it might even be a good way to direct excessive negative energy from your flower. But it wouldn't be an instant solution to everything. I just want you to understand that. It wouldn't be replaced with a perfect magic you. You won't stop having bad days. Yeah, I figured. You have to fight around them. And of course, I'll be there to help you. So can I ask you to do the same for me? I mean, you've always been that person for me, but it's just, always seem irresponsible to consider you that way without Alex, words. I'm just trying to say, you help me through the bad days too, if it's not Alex. I honestly thought you have to ask. It's the least I can do with all you've done for me. Besides, us slubby corpses have to stick together, you know? Yeah, I know. So I really got to be getting rid of these. And I'll tell my grandma about what we talked about. Maybe she'll even agree to be your sponsor. And call me, if you ever just want to vent or anything. Alejandra? Hmm? You can't save me, you know? Even if I become a witch, even if things get better, I'm always going to have this rose. I'm always eventually going to have days like today. And I'm always going to come on days like today. You're going to get old walking up those stairs, you know. Yeah, I can't wait. Oh, I see what's going on now. There's one more ending that I gotta see first. Okay, and it's just a weeping ending without opening the book. Put down the book. I turn around, walk out of the room, down the stairs, and out the door. I don't look back once. Oh, that was it. That is the end of Us Lovely Corpses. So, I believe the whole allegory of the corpses was alluding to depression, like severe depression, like the roses sprouting thorns. When Marisol was sprouting thorns and roses were coming from those thorns, is one of those days where she was having very like just like a day. Like she couldn't get up out of bed. She didn't want to do anything. And just having really dark thoughts. And the roses on her eyes were symbolizing that. Were symbolizing depression, I think. I like to think of it as that. And that's why she felt like she couldn't be normal because she couldn't be happy like other people. And I feel like she also felt guilty about it because her family's rich, her life is nice, so she's just wondering why she's feeling this way. But it also could be because of her parents. She doesn't live up to her parents' expectations, so it didn't help in a way. Like there was always depression was always there, maybe even since she was a child, but it grew more noticeable and more worse as she got older because parents doesn't they don't seem like the most supportive people. But that's just my what I think this story is about, basically. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.